Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh. So before I start today's video, I just wanted to let you guys know Rick's merch is now out. You guys have been ordering it. And then I got a bunch of questions on Instagram asking when the shipping is gonna be. So shipping is actually happening right now and you guys are gonna get your merch within the next week or 2 weeks. I've been wearing this thing for like the past 3 or 4 days and I don't wanna take it off. It feels so soft. If you guys are wanting to get this design, this is gonna be gone at the end of July. And so we're coming out with a whole new collection in August. There's gonna be a whole new big drop of a bunch of different things that you guys will be able to get. So this is my favorite hoodie right now. If you guys want to check it out, I will put the link in my description. But yeah, just wanted to clear that up because I was getting questions. They are now shipping, so you will get your stuff within the next week or 2 weeks. Also, I should say that all the merch is shipping worldwide, so it doesn't matter where you are, you will get whatever it is that you order on the website. But yeah, just want to let you guys know that, so now let's get into today's video. So as you guys can see by the title of today's video, we are going to be talking about how to be more interesting. It's kind of a weird thing to say. These are different things that I think play a huge part in just like a first impression. So if you guys like today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys have any other questions as well, make sure that you leave them down in the comments. If you guys are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. So when I was planning today's video, I kind of thought like, what's one thing when I think of like being more interesting, what's one thing that just came to the top of my mind that I would start this video with? And the first one that I want to talk to you guys about is developing new skills. I feel like if you're looking to be more interesting, one thing that you can do is like develop more skills so that you can either help somebody or like inform somebody about something or just like know more things so that if you're talking to somebody, you kind of either have more to talk about or you can help them more. I think that something that also comes along with developing new skills is also the like opportunity to try new things. And I think that that's a big part of just like being somebody who is interesting. I'm sure a lot of you guys can think of one person that you hang out with, that when you hang out with them, they always have something new going on in their life. And it always makes it super interesting to just like listen to the stories that they're telling. So if you are like trying to just figure out what to do and you want to just like consider yourself to be more interesting or you just want to have more to talk about, try like picking up a class or just like get together with some friends and go and do something new that you've never done before. And I think that that will help kind of like spark something in you and just like give you a lot more conversation starters and just like all of that stuff that helps you be a more interesting person. All right, the next thing that I kind of wrote down was just like to be curious. I think that if you're wanting to be more interesting, I think that you also have to be more curious in a sense of like, don't be scared to kind of like test the things that you think, but at the same time, like if you don't get something at first, don't like just shut it down and not try to like dig deeper. If you don't get something, go after it and try to figure it out. Just like being curious and like having that motivation to kind of dig deeper in something is something that's also very attractive. If you are wanting to just like kind of open your mind up a little bit and to just like think differently and feel differently, then just like remember to be curious and to just kind of go a little bit further and try to like actually figure out those things that maybe you're confused about or things that you don't understand. And I think overall it'll just make you feel like you have more going on in your life. All right, so moving on to the next one, which is being able to tell a good story. I think that there's a lot of people out there that are great at telling stories, and then you just meet somebody and they're trying to explain something and it takes them 10 years and they never get to the point of a story. Bottom line is like telling a good story always gets people like intrigued in whatever it is that you're saying. And I think that it could be like the dumbest story you've ever heard, but if you could tell it in a way that like just kind of hooks people in, that's one thing that you can really focus on if you are like having conversations with people, and it'll just get people more interested in hearing more about what you have to say. So the next one is being able to ask good questions. I think that when you're talking to somebody, a lot of people think that like in order to be interesting, you have to be the one talking, like saying interesting things. But I think that you can actually be interesting and not have to say anything at all. If you're able to just like say little things that make that person feel like you're listening to them, or if you can bring up a question every once in a while where you're like asking good questions that have to go along with their story. So when you're talking to somebody and you want them to feel like you're interesting, then just like go along with their story. Make sure you're listening, make sure you're asking questions. And I think that will actually make them feel like you're an interesting person because you're listening to them. So yeah, that's another one, but I feel like it's kind of, you don't really think about that often. But if you do ask good questions and you listen really carefully to what they're saying, I think that they will find you to be a really interesting person. All right, so I got two more for you guys. The next one is saying what you actually think and believe in. I think sometimes people get this mixed up because they think if I'm talking to somebody that I'm interested in, does it make more sense to go along with whatever it is that they like? Or do I tell them about what I like and there's a chance that maybe they're gonna find that to be a turnoff because they're not into the same things? To be honest, I always think that like going with whatever it is that you like is always the best way to go about things, because if you just agree with whatever it is that they're saying, then you're not actually being yourself and you're not being that interesting person that you are. So when you're in situations like that, definitely bring up the things that you like, bring up your feelings and your beliefs about something. Also, people can kind of catch on to when you're not being genuine about something, because if you're saying that you like something and then let's say you guys go and actually do it, or you start talking about this thing, you know nothing about what it is that they're talking about, and you're just trying to do things because they like it. In the long run, if you want to be interesting, if you want somebody to just like be intrigued with who you are, then definitely bring up the things that you like and don't try to like change things just for them. That's another way to just have somebody view you as being more interesting. So the last one that I have for you guys is embracing your weirdness. This can be super hard to do, especially when you're a little bit younger and you're a little bit more insecure about yourself. When you get older, you kind of realize that like not everybody is the same. The little things that you just kind of maybe didn't like about yourself, a lot of those things you kind of just like mature and you start to realize that that's what makes you different as a person, and that's what actually makes you attractive to another person, is that you're not the same. And so if you're able to like embrace that and just be your weird self and not really care what other people are thinking of that, I think it's just a really big step in the right direction of just having a lot of confidence. So whatever it is that's weird about you that like you kind of get insecure about, I think you just need to own it and realize that everybody has that about them. So those are just a few of like the different things that I think are able to just make you a little bit more interesting, or things that can kind of like open your mind a little bit to kind of change the way that you feel or think. There's so many more that I could talk about, but I'm just gonna stop right here for today's video. And yeah, I hope that like some of these are able to help you guys out. Let me know in the comments if you guys do have any other questions, or if there's something in this video that you have like a question about that maybe I didn't go far enough into detail about. I'll try to answer them in the comments. If you guys do send me questions on my Instagram DMs, I'll be making a video next week answering those questions. So let me know in the DM that you send me if you want me to talk about it on the video, because I know some of you guys don't like that. So if you do, let me know and I'll put it in the video and I will answer it. If you guys want to get some Rick merch, it is in the description. You guys can click the Rick the Corgi link and you'll be brought there and you can get whatever. It'll take 1 to 2 weeks to ship. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. And with that being said, I will see you guys next Saturday in next week's video. Bye!